Hey guys, it's Tucker Smith, and today we're going to catch some on the 3.5-inch hinge minnow. Right where you want them, top of the mouth. There we go, that's more like it. That's a nice spotted bass. What's up guys? Today we're on the Coosa River. We're going to be doing some live scoping. It's getting colder out here. The fish are starting to chase bait, and I'm going to be throwing this hinge minnow. I'm going to be throwing this thing around suspended fish, fish that are chasing bait, fish that are up near the surface and swimming around. So hopefully we can catch some nice ones, but I think we're going to catch a few. So I've got my Humminbird Apex 13 right here running side scan, sonar, and down imaging. And just looking for some bait. There's a bunch of bait right here off to the right side. That's what you're looking for, especially right now when it's starting to get colder. You're looking for a lot of bait, and you'll actually see some fish around that bait as well. Like there's a couple fish, if I can zoom in right there. There's actually a couple fish right above that bait ball right there. So definitely using your side scan is a good way to break down an area quicker, and it's a technique that I like to do a lot. Ledge fishing, or even just fishing for these suspended fish. Finding the bait is number one, and then you'll find the bass around them. So we're gonna probably turn the motor off here where we saw that big bait ball, spin back around and try to catch some. All right, so there's one on the surface right there. But we're just looking around for some fish that are swimming around here, trying to throw this little hinge minnow up over them. And these fish are very smart on the Coosa, but you can catch some big ones too. But I'm coming up to this fish right here. I'm trying to keep the bait above him. He sees it, he's swimming towards it, and he didn't eat it. But these fish are up suspended, chasing bait, getting ready for the winter, so we're just looking for those high floaters and fish that are swimming fast, aggressive, chasing bait. And keeping my depth on around 40, 45 foot, not too deep, not too shallow, just so you can get a good picture. I keep my distance out at 90 foot. It's not too far of a cast. There's one on right there coming up towards us. See if I can get a good cast in there on him. He saw it. Oh, he missed it. So this area has a bunch of bait fish, and that's key, especially in the fall and winter time. Look around for the bait, and that's where the bass usually are. But I just side scanned. Oh, there's a nice fish up there. I just side scanned and found a place with a bunch of bait, and I could actually see a few fish swimming around too on side scan. There's one up there close to the surface, but try to get a good cast up there. He's swimming to the left. I always want to throw in front of the fish. I don't know how he didn't see that. That should be a good cast. Oh, I didn't want it. Oh, look at these. There's some out here. Just swimming around. We'll pull it up to this fish. Look at those in that bait ball. Ooh. These fish are pretty smart. This one's swimming to the right. There we go, dialed in. Little guy. But I had to throw it in front of that fish a few different times for him to see it. The water's a little stained, but little fat fish. But there's some in the bait balls, there's some swimming around, and here he goes down there, back down to the bottom. So the bait that these fish are eating is pretty small, about 3.5 inches, and that's why I chose the 3.5-inch hinge minnow. Just a smaller presentation. These spotted bass are feeding on a little bit smaller bait this time of year, so trying to match the hatch with the right size, and that's something that you need to do when anywhere that you're fishing is matching if you're fishing a minnow or any style of bait, match the size of the bait that you're throwing with the size of the bait that the bass are eating. And you'll see when you catch some, they'll spit up some shad or crawfish, and you can kind of judge by that with what they're spitting up on what they're eating a lot. So that's what I usually do. I had one spit up a shad that was about that big, so ended up reaching for the 3.5 inch. a nice one. Ooh. On the hinge minnow. He ate it right on the top of the mouth, right where they're supposed to eat it. Pretty good one. They're getting a little bigger, and it's getting a little windier. Try to time it up right. There we go. Slung my minnow off. Little bass, little bass. It's fun. Got him. Nice spot. Little fatty. Right where you want them, top of the mouth. They're so pretty. And the hinge minnow, it's a good bait. They make 3.5, I think a 5-inch, a 6, and a 7.5. So all sizes, different profiles, and you can catch bass on them. They're really good. That's a nice spot. Oh yeah, big old spot. My hinge minnow, baby. Oh. Whoa. Oh, I got him. There we go, that's more like it. That's a nice spotted bass. Yeah, hinge minnow, 3.5 inch, 3.5 pounder. So for my rod and reel setup for the 3.5 inch hinge minnow, I like a 610 medium light. This is an NRX. It's a really good rod. And then I've also got a 3000 Shimano Vanquish. This is a spinning reel that I like, but it's got a really good drag. I'm throwing 15-pound braid to a 12-pound P-line fluorocarbon leader. And yeah, that's the setup. I've got a 1/4 ounce Picasso tungsten jig head on there. And yeah, this is a fish catcher. I've catch a lot of fish on this rod and reel over the whole year. I caught a bunch on it, but all over the country you can catch a bunch of fish throwing a minnow around. So this is my favorite rod to throw it on. If you're in the market for some good minnows, make sure to go over to baits.com and get you some hinge minnows. They've got all different sizes, all really good colors. They're fish catchers. Make sure to get some. All right, we caught some fish on the hinge minnow, caught a few nice ones. It was fun. Live scoping in the fall can be a lot of fun, especially if you get around those better quality fish around the bait. And man, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if you liked the video. But we're gonna try to catch some more fish right before we have to go in.